Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you are listening to High School Hoops with our hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Steger.
All right, welcome to High School Hoops, episode 67. We're going to talk about some gifts today, but before we do that, let's give a big shout out to our two sponsors, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. If for no other reason, it's a Midwest company, and the Midwest people are awesome. So I'm two Midwestern guys. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. All right, it's your one-stop shopping. It's your Netflix for basketball coaches. Okay, what's this week, Coach?
I have a really unique question since it is, I believe this episode will be on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I thought this would be a little bit entertaining. The question is 5 greatest gifts the game has given to you.
So 5 total for each of us?
Yeah, we can go back and forth. And then I can be like, you know what, that's one of mine too.
All right.
A good one, Coach.
The 5 greatest gifts.
Yeah.
I would think the first greatest gift that basketball has given me is patience. Because trust me, over the last 30 years of coaching, it has taught me patience, and it has taught me to let things go. That's probably 2 separate things, but early in my career, if I lost, it would be literally like someone stabbed me in the heart. It would be miserable to be around.
I would say that's similar to one of mine, but my first one is failure, how to handle failure in different increments,
in life.
I think that failure, the basketball and coaching basketball because failure, it could be in a sequence of a game. It could be a sequence of a game, a season, a position that you've had, and how to handle failure and how to be resilient against it. I think it's something that the game has given me. So I think what you said was patience. So my #1 would be failure. What's another one?
All right. So my next one would be, it has given me more than I can ever give it. So it has opened doors. I've met people. I've been blessed to go around the country and speak to other coaches and meet other coaches and call some of them friends, just because of a little ball that you put through this little hoop. It's crazy when you think about it. So I think that would be one of the gifts that it's given me more than I could ever give it.
Yeah, I would say that the friendships that I developed over the last 15 to 20 years of being around the game, just with other, people running a podcast with somebody to having people on staff that I coach at other high schools, so winning a state championship with another coach, those friendships and those things that you share. And as your players get older, those kids become your friends too, and you connect with them and you're there around. And so I think one thing that the game has always given to me is those friendships with, and a commonality of just the game.
Yeah, I think that's a great one. All right, so #3 for me would be, I think it's given me a lot of joy. I can tell you that. I tell my students this all the time. I say all the great things in my life were not based on drugs or alcohol or any false sense. It was the day I met my wife. It was the day that my kids were born. It was the day I won my state championships. I mean, you can't buy that stuff. And I don't care what anybody tells you. There is no joy like winning a state title. I'm just telling you. And there's nothing worse than losing a state title. So I think it's shown me the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. I can tell you after that first year, I've told you this before, that when we lost it in 2004, when Wesley Matthews was a junior, I'm thoroughly convinced I was clinically depressed that year. Like, because you never know if you're going to go back. You never know if you're going to have another chance at it. So I think I think to be alive, you have to feel that. So I think I would say joy. I would say just sheer, pure joy. And then and as a side note, I'll call this 3B, would be sorrow. Like the like bad sorrow, not like someone dying sorrow, but pretty bad sorrow.
Yeah, I just think the opportunity continually to compete after playing, and the joy of, you said, I never had so much success till I got to be a college assistant and winning a state championship. And that feeling, you just, I don't know, it's something that you just, I don't know, you can't put words into it. It's something that, like you talk about the birth of your children or getting married, those things that, I mean, I'm not saying they're close up there. That state championship, that moment, that time in my life is some of the greatest memories I've ever had. Right. And just that sheer joy factor. I mean, I have to agree with you. One of the things I have is just the fond memories of those big wins and that feel of being part of something that's
There's
bigger.
An exhilaration. So that goes into my number 4. So my number 4 is, and I tell my students this all the time, I go, I get to coach, and I get to still, at 52 years old, I still get to be competitive. Like, I still get, I'm not putting the shoes on anymore, and I'm not playing. But there aren't many jobs where I get to go out and compete. It's like the adrenaline. I still can't sleep the night of a game. I still have the same adrenaline. I'm still excited for it. And I mean, I think the competitive part of it, I'm a competitive person. And I've been able to channel that competitiveness in, if I wasn't coaching, I would have been like a fisherman, or I would have been hunting. I'd have had to do something where I could compete.
Competitive in nature.
So, and I used to do that when I was younger. When I wasn't a head coach, I was doing that all the time. But I think that's one of the gifts that this game has given me. It's given me a channel. And teachhoops.com has given me that channel. So right. What I think I'm doing subconsciously is I'm replacing the coaching, because I'm in the the waning years of my coaching. I think starting the business and doing that, I can see why my brother loves starting businesses and doing that, because it's very close. The competitiveness, I'm competing against myself.
Right.
I'm trying to make a product. I'm trying to help more people. I'm doing the same. I'm doing very similar things. By getting more people to join, I'm moving it up. So I think subconsciously that I'm replacing the coaching with Teach Hoops. So eventually when I stop coaching, that I'll have a place to put that competitive energy. I think the podcast, all this stuff that I'm doing is I think subconsciously I'm channeling it like, okay, you can still be doing this kind of stuff that you love. So that would be number 4.
Number 4 for me would just be the opportunity to connect with young people. To be able to do that for the last 15 years, especially having that common love for a game that I love so much, but knowing that those things that you do and those connections that you have with young people are a lasting thing. The greatest thing about sports is that it teaches us so many life skills, from teaching, organization to leadership, how to handle problems, learning how to communicate with people, learn how to be able to work with people you don't like, and be able to still have a common goal, like all those things that you teach young men and women. I think just that's probably one of the reasons that the game has been so good to me, is just being able to connect with kids for so many years.
Yeah. And then number 5, which would, if I was putting them in order, would probably be number 1. I think one of the reasons I'm still coaching is I was hoping to be able to coach my son. So I think that is it. I mean, I couldn't even get through my volleyball banquet. The basketball banquet's going to be miserable. I just can't even imagine how. I mean, I started breaking down in the volleyball. I mean, it's a joke. I mean, literally, I can't imagine a better job than to be able to coach your son.
Right.
You know, I literally, like, I told Drew, I said, there's times I said, Drew, you just got to get away from me. I get it, because I literally have him in class. So I see him every day in class.
Right.
I see him every day at practice. He TAs for me, so he's teacher's assistant for me. I mean, he's literally spending more time than, and then next year he's going to be gone.
Right.
So it's like, it's been truly one of the joys of my life. Like,
right.
I get teary-eyed just thinking about it right now. It's crazy. The amount of time I've got to spend with him, boom, will never be gone. So,
you know, like yours is my number one, is that without this game, I don't think I would have ever become a teacher.
That's interesting.
Just because, you know, I thought about different things and like, how do I become a varsity basketball coach? How to get into this? Well, teachers, you know? And like I started this path that I was going to be a high school teacher, and I'm like, I can't do with them all day. And I've been so lucky now to be a middle school and elementary teacher, and I love my job. And I just think the greatest gift that the game has given me was an avenue to my career path.
Right.
And this is how life is, that the game gives so much more to you than wins and losses. It's so much more than that. It's the memories with your son. It's the memories with the past that it leads you, the friends that you make, the people that you touch. It's insane. And that's why I think that's why we do what we do for so many years.
And I have never gone to work. Literally never gone to work. Now, no. I would argue that the test I just finished grading 5 minutes ago is work. But hate it. I mean, it's like 350,000 different things I've graded in the 30 years of teaching. It's crazy when I did the math on it. But we're doing this on a Sunday night. I'm telling you right now, let's go to work. I'm ready to go to work tomorrow. Let's go.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm ready for tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's this, that's what I mean. It's taught me so many life lessons, and it's taught me that life lessons to teach to my kids, that find something that you never go to work. My brother loves his job. He loves what he does. He's there at 5 a.m. He loves what he does. You know, you got to find something you love.
It goes beyond this, like, making money. It's about, do you feel like you have purpose? And I think the game and education and the things that I do, it gives me purpose. And that's why I wake up every morning, and I'm able to go in and be a positive influence every single day. But the game has given me a lot of great things. You know, we can be bitter about the horrible losses, but in the end, there's way more positive things that outweigh the negative.
Right. Find something you love to do and something you're good at, and then you'll find a way to make money doing it.
Yes, you will.
You will find a way to make
Well,
money.
To everybody, have a great Christmas and great holiday, and a Happy New Year to everybody.
Yep. I just won a state title, Santa, so if you're listening. Okay. Thank you.
What do I want for Christmas? I don't know.
Most people ask for world peace or the cure cancer. I'm asking for a state title. Let's see. Come on, Santa. I'm getting old. I don't have any more left in me. Okay. All right. Till next week, Coach.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye.
Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you subscribe and like. Leave a written review. I read every one of those written reviews. Also, if you're thinking of taking your, maybe you've had a 500 season, maybe you just got done with your season, maybe you're starting your season, let me help you take your team to the next level. I've been there. I've experienced it. Trust me, I can help you take it to the next level. We'll get on a call and we'll get it all figured out. I'll make sure you subscribe and like. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.